Good morning, everyone. We have some news this morning, non-farm payroll. We've been, talking about it basically all week. So that's coming out at 8:30. I would think if it comes in weaker than expected, the market just may push. Let's keep an eye on our energy names. So let's get right straight to crude. Crude weak. Bitcoin's not really doing anything. Gold's not really doing anything. VIX is mostly flat this morning. Bonds are weak this morning. The dollar's up a little. It's basically it's been all over the place. Oscillators negative 23 on the New York Stock Exchange, positive plus 26 on the Nasdaq. So we are basically neutral. Plenty of room to move. Advanced decline lines flattened out, or put to call ratio, that is nice in the neutral zone, and the breadth did turn down. So we have plenty of room to move in either way. So let's start with the SPY here. So that's 376.67 level. Let's keep an eye on that because that's at weekly level off the weekly chart, and it's been a level of interest all week. Not all week, but it feels like it. 373.52 is resistance. If we take that out, that 376. If we don't push today and we do pull back, watch 371.16. And then we have the remainder of our gap. I have not adjusted my lines yet, but make sure you got yours drawn. Turn your extended hours off. Make sure you got good. And like you can see, I need to redraw mine. I'm a lot lower than what I should be. So we'll get that took care of. But make sure you have that gap drawn on your chart, because if we pull back and we take out the 71.16 level, we're going to come into this gap, and this gap can be a big player today. Below the 371.16, we have 368.64. So let's go right to it. AMD, first big player of the year, coming out guiding down last night. They guided down about $2 billion, just skimming through. So the 68.76, which is these AMD levels, they work. That if we do push today, if we take out 65.98, we'll watch for 68.76. It's a good chance if we do push today, we can take that out. I don't know if it will push guiding down. Watch 62.93 for support. Now, Nvda, keep an eye on this one as well. There's also a lot of the smaller semis. Look like Intel got it up, possibly. Anyway, I'll have to double check that. Watching the video down here, we pull right back to our 126.80 level. Remember, these levels have always been on the chart. If we do decide to, if they come for it, watch 129.70, and then we have this gap starting at zone. This is a zone starting at 132.89. Of course, we always watch the previous day's highs, the previous day's lows. So let's go with DraftKings. DraftKings had news this morning, or last night, I'm sorry, with Disney and ESPN. So that's kind of a big deal. So it had this nice pop right into, all right, let's see what this is. There should be a pattern already drawn. All right, yeah, so we have this, we're trading into this channel. So we pushed, let's get these moving averages back on. So we pushed here in after hours and in pre-market this morning. We pushed right up into our channel and seen rejection. We took it out and it pulled back. So watch, basically draw your channel. Looks like the bottom line. I do have the channel drawn. I do have a support level down here at 1543, but make sure you have your channel drawn on that. If we take this out, we can get a channel break, and this may be a good thing. The MACD wants to cross there as well. All right, so let's go to Target. Target had an upgrade this morning, price target of 200, which is a nice, definitely a nice upgrade. This is kind of ugly here. We did take the 9 back. Your MACD does want to cross, but we're pushing right into this 20, so that's a big deal. Last I checked, yeah, it's really not up this morning. So that 20 is going to be your first level. If this thing does push today and you're interested in trading it, I would watch this area right here. Yesterday's high is important as well, but if we do push, watch this area right here. You can see that, it struggled at that area as well. Chwy, man, this thing, it went from let's go to the daily. Chwy just went from a strong stock. We had all this run up to just showing nothing but weakness, chopping around. And, Wednesday, huge push. Yesterday, some follow through right into that 50. So we need to watch our 50-day here at 38.51. Big number. Let's go to the 5-minute chart. It had an upgrade this morning, but I still want to keep an eye on it. That's what I'm trying to say is I would want to keep an eye on it, upgrade or not. I want to go ahead and draw a line right here. You can see that that's a big area there. Let's get this changed. That's a big area right there, so let's keep an eye on that if we do decide to push today. You can draw just pointing that out, see how that works. Just something to keep an eye on. This could be a opportunity to, I like my pre-market levels, but in a situation like this, you could watch this. Just keep an eye that we may see some action just off that pattern. So let's get with our usual names. Going to go to Tesla first. Tesla, there's still some financing issues if we do the Mustang. I'm going to talk about Twitter in a minute. I'm not going to get into the politics of it, but there's still some stuff going on there. Tesla, we just go right to the daily. We had this triple top up here, and we broke down out of that. We've gotten a textbook move off of this thing, and we talked about this as it was even building up in the videos. So this should be no surprise to anybody. News or not, technical analysis called that one. So for resistance, watch 242.25. You can see this level's been into play, so that is resistance. For support, let's watch. Obviously, we watched yesterday's low first, and let's go to 233.27. And of course, I will be calling out more levels in the room, the trading room. Let's go to Twitter. Apparently, this is not done yet. So this is maybe, I'm not touching it. I'm going to be honest. I have other stuff to trade every day that, I'm just not interested into it. But if you are, keep an eye on the 52.50 level. That's like the only thing we have drawn there. So let's keep an eye on the 52.50 level. If we do pull back, like it, just not a lot. When you get these big moves like this, just doesn't give you a lot to work with. You can see over here that we have seen some resistance in that level before. If we do pull back, watch the top of your June highs area at 44.61. That's a big pullback. You can probably, if you look hard enough, you can probably find something in here. Like I say, I'm not really interested. MACD is turning. Look at that one histogram bar starting to turn. Got good volume coming in on it. All right, so let's go to stronger names, market leader type names. Amazon, we'll take a look at Aapl. All right, so this is Amazon pushing right into this 20. We talked about this in the last video, that these are going to be heavy, important levels. We mentioned this Wednesday night. There's a lot of names that are dealing with their basic, well, they're 20s moving averages on the daily chart. This is why it's so important we keep an eye on this stuff. 119.04, 122.79 are the two levels. So if we push off 119.04, there's a good chance we can go to 122.79. Keep an eye on that. Obviously, play the action. 116.76 is a big level. If we pull back today, watch for 116.76. You can see we've gotten a lot of action on that level earlier this week and some of last week. Also still see that kind of head and shoulders pattern there, but I shouldn't even have mentioned that because it's not textbook or anything like that. Just something noticing, but it's already destroyed that. It should have went down. So Aapl here, let's go intraday. Aapl 143.74 for support, 147.70 for resistance. We didn't quite make it there yesterday. Let's go out to the 15 a little bit. You can see, watch this high level right here. This pre-market candle did take it out, but I'm going to keep an eye on this level right here, the top of those candle bodies. So 147.04 is a important level here. So if we want to push, we need to take out 147.04. If we take that out, watch for 147.70. We did come down and touch this level, 143.74 in pre-market. Looking at a little bear flaggish there right now. Just keep, that's, Aapl, as always, we keep an eye on. So I think we've covered, look at a couple energy names. DVN that we don't, look at some different ones that we don't host in the videos. DVN, I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but DVN is, has been leading the market here. When it comes to energy names, it's been one of the leading names, so we definitely need to keep an eye on that. 72.20, watch that for support. If we do pull back today, 71.40 if we can't hold that. Obviously, yesterday's high is important. It'd be nice to stay above that. I don't think I got a lot of levels on this one. I have a level, a good ways up there. So, all right. Definitely. If we do push, we need to watch this 147.70 level and pushing up into all-time highs. That level, probably watching that level on the way up, really should move this a little bit. All right, we'll play with that later. So keep an eye on, you can see the top of this candle right here. You can see the resistance in this area. I would treat this 174.70 up to there as a zone. All right, I'll see you in the trading room. Let's make some money today. Stay green, stay patient, chop, chop. We don't play in the chop. Respect the no trade zones. Have a great day, everyone.